fate of a nation depends on its food, then the future is bright for Peru. Over the past decade, Peruvian cuisine has come to be known for refined taste, variety, and versatility, and is considered to be one of the best in the world.
I always say you can tell if the cuisine is going to be good somewhere if people sit down to lunch and they're talking about dinner. And one of the 6 or 7 places in the world, which includes of course France and Italy and China and all these places, where people sit down and continue to talk about food while they're eating, is Peru.
Every year, the Mistura Food Expo in Lima presents a great opportunity to sample Peru's cuisine and the raw materials that are helping to redefine the international perception of the country. Its founder and inventor, chef and restaurateur Gastronomical, is Peru's unofficial ambassador of food and a charismatic advocate.
Mistura is becoming like a kind of aspiration of cooks, and they're trying to do a better job in their everyday lives, so they will be considered to be at Mistura. It's an honor to be there because it's time to share with the people that come to Mistura what you are doing in your life.
Many of Peru's signature dishes show the natural legacy of geography in a nation where freshwater rivers meet with the Pacific Ocean. The ceviche is a dish of raw seafood, marinated in citrus. In its purest form, it draws inspiration from the sensibilities of the Japanese community that has lived in Lima for more than a century. This generational journey means the presence of outside influences is nothing new in the country, and embracing ideas from abroad is part of the strength of the country's culinary heritage.
We are a fusion of fusions. In other words, right now, as Peruvian food is being fusioned as the foods of all the world are, with foods of different parts, we already represent a very important fusion.
This natural and culinary mixture gives hope as it becomes increasingly clear that uniformity in food varieties poses long-term challenges of sustainability. But it's also because the focus on food offers a promising way ahead for Peruvian society. If the social capital of food can lead to real changes in people's lives, it's easy to understand why young people here now dream of becoming chefs, not football players. This belief in the potential of food is also why the fair is organized so that growers can show their produce to the outside market. Alec Cousins, a British entrepreneur who works with Peruvian varieties of potato, sees a strong potential for growth in the country.
Peru is, both as a food destination and as a supplier of food, really coming into its own, and people are discovering the amazing fruit and vegetables that's available from here. Peru, of course, has 5,000 different varieties of potato, many of which are cultivated above 3,000 meters in the Andes. From the fields to the farmers, to our cookers, to the packs. We're buying everything here and we're converting everything here in Peru. So it's absolutely our intention to give back to those communities without whom we wouldn't be able to work.
Besides rotating stallholders each year, Mistura invites thinkers and doers from entirely different parts of the world to share their ideas and learn from local practice.
For me as a cook, food is such an important thing of culture. It's more than sustenance, but it also connects people. It's a bridge between cultures. It's a common way of finding a culture, and that's amazing. And that's something that's quite strong here. I feel that the population here is completely convinced that this shift in gastronomy, this way of looking at food, that food can actually help smaller communities, that is completely understood here and accepted, and people are happy about it.
Much like René Redzepi's work at the Noma restaurant in Copenhagen, the success of Peruvian food comes from paying attention to the abundance that can be found, sometimes unexpectedly, very close by.
We have this huge opportunity in Latin America to make happy the world with what we have, to build a better world. Because we are new, we have these dreams in our minds right now, we are happy, we want to do things, and we want to share things.